Fabrizio Romano has just confirmed that Arsenal have officially signed Kai Havertz for around £65 million. We've covered the rumors, but now that it's officially confirmed, Zach, what are your thoughts on this move?
65 million for Kai Havertz. I genuinely can't believe our luck. We've absolutely scammed Arsenal. We're laughing to the bank. I cannot believe we got that much money for a player that all in all was a flop for us. Outside of the Champions League winning goal and a Club World Cup winning penalty, he was a total flop. 139 matches for the club, 32 goals, 15 assists. And all I see is Arsenal fans trying to convince themselves that this is a good signing for them. These guys are saying anything to try and convince themselves that this will be a good signing. I have an Arsenal fan that's a friend, and today he told me he signed Kai Havertz to Arsenal on his FIFA career mode and scored a hat trick on his debut on beginner difficulty, trying to convince himself that this signing will be good. I give it 3 matches into next season before Arsenal fans turn on Kai Havertz and admit once again that he is shit. If you ask any Arsenal fan their thoughts on Kai Havertz before this move, they would have told you that he was bad. And now all of a sudden that he's joining the supposed biggest club in London that has never won a Champions League, I might add, he's all of a sudden going to thrive and Arteta is going to get the best out of him. Arsenal are the most deluded fan base of all time. And at the end of next season, when we're discussing the worst signings of the season, Kai Havertz will no doubt go down as the worst. This is going to be a disaster of a transfer, and I'm going to be laughing, enjoying the 65 million we're going to use to revamp our squad and make top 4. I have no doubt about it.
Look, I do not understand how this possibly happened either. I cannot go on here and lie and say I think Kai Havertz is going to perform well. I've criticized him heavily over his Chelsea career as the flop that he is. Like you said, he's just not that good. He's not consistent enough. He doesn't do anything on the ball that catches your eye. When he's playing, you don't see so much magic out of him. He's just kind of a nice player to have. And 65 million, it's just way too much for a player of that. What does he really offer your team? Now, other than these stats are like, he makes the most forward runs other than Haaland. Like, well, what does he do with those runs? I mean, I don't really get it. And what position is he going to play for Arteta? Is he going to be like a weird in and out winger? Is he going to play the Gabriel Jesus role? Is he going to play a little bit more further back? I don't know what they're going to do with Kai Havertz. I get he's a bit of a lankier guy, taller guy. He's a bit better in the air, but let's not be confused that he's some aerial magician, that he just has the vertical of Osimhen or something. Like, he's decent. He's just tall. So I don't really know what this signing is. I don't really get it, because now I call into question, are Arsenal really going to spend 65 million on Kai Havertz, and now they're going to go out and spend another 100 odd million for Declan Rice? That's a lot of money for Arsenal. They usually don't spend that big in these windows. So I'm a bit confused on it. I don't think it's going to turn out as how a lot of Arsenal fans are trying to make it seem that it is. Like it's another Kevin De Bruyne, it's another Mohamed Salah. That's not what this is. It's never going to be that. If it is, I will retire from football the day it happens. If Kai Havertz gets let's say a 10 goal, 20 assist season, I'll retire, because it's never happening. So yeah. I don't really get it.
Well, look, and I agree. I said it when we were talking about the rumor. I just don't understand this move from an Arsenal perspective, because what are you bringing him in to do? Is he going to play 9? He's not better than Gabriel Jesus, so you're bringing him up to be maybe a backup 9. If you're not playing him to be a 9, he's not a winger. It's just not. So he's not going to be, and even if you are playing him in the wing, he's not better than Martinelli, and he's not better than Saka. And then, if you're going to play him in the midfield, and all I've seen is Arsenal fans trying to convince themselves that Kai Havertz can play the Granit Xhaka role. Kai Havertz cannot play the Granit Xhaka role. He just can't. Kai Havertz does not offer the same things that Granit Xhaka offers. You can make the argument that, in theory, Kai Havertz offers more going forward, but we know what Kai Havertz offers going forward. A guy who's not clinical at all. He's not really good with the final ball. He doesn't really get you assists. He's played 9 for Chelsea for 3 seasons, and he's only scored 32 goals for the club. So he's not clinical at all. What does he really offer going forward? So, you know what I mean? Honestly, I would rather have Granit Xhaka going forward, just being genuine. But then Granit Xhaka actually offers you something defensively. You know what I mean? If you're going to play a midfield 3, and I'm just saying in theory here, of Havertz, Rice, and Odegaard, it's just not going to work. It is quite simply, that is a recipe for disaster. Arsenal will leak goals like no tomorrow. Arteta's not a dumb man. He's never going to play that midfield because it won't work. He knows it's not going to work. Kai Havertz cannot play the Granit Xhaka role. He offers nothing defensively. And, even if you want to make the argument that he offers more going forward, I just don't see it. I just don't see that as actual good replacement. I think Arsenal, if that's their genuine replacement for Granit Xhaka, I think you're going to be in for a long season.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how Arteta is going to play him, where he's going to play exactly, because I could kind of get it if he was maybe a winger, because Arsenal have struggled to switch play, be a little bit more creative because they kind of got figured out by the end of the season. But that would make sense. You have a lanky winger you could switch the field to. He's taller, bigger, more
He's
dominant.
small, but he doesn't really win head.
But that's not his game. It's not like he's a tall.
He's a finesse guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He's a finesse guy, and it's just another thing where it's like we've even talked when he was at Chelsea. When is a team going to play him in his actual role? And I think his actual role is more suited to as kind of like a 10
or a second striker,
like a second striker. Yeah, I think
he can't play that for Arsenal.
I think he'd be fairly well in like a 4-4-2, as that backup second striker. But they're not playing that. I don't think they're going to really play that. That's not what Arteta's going to do.
Yeah, no, he's going to play 4-3-3. So his only real option is to play the Xhaka role on the wing or at a striker position, and he doesn't really. To me, he's not good enough to play in any of those positions.
Yeah, because the people that he's coming in that he would replace there, he's just not better than them in any much anything. The only thing I could think of is maybe he could play that Odegaard role, but he's not better than Odegaard.
No,
so I don't get it.
And if you're going to play him in the Odegaard role, when Odegaard, he needs a rest because obviously Arsenal do play Champions League football now. They're going to need a deeper squad, but paying 65 million for a squad player. If you pay 65 million for a guy, you expect him to come in and start. You look at it, Liverpool paid 35-40 million for McAllister. McAllister is 2 times the player that Kai Havertz is.
How does that even happen?
McAllister Kai Havertz cannot even lace McAllister's boots. You know what I mean? McAllister is such a better player, and they got him for about 20 million less. So I just don't quite understand this from Arsenal. You have to question the recruitment to me. Arsenal, they have done relatively well. I mean, the other guys they're linked to, I like, in general. But this one, it makes me scratch your head. And all I've seen is Arsenal fans telling me, you're not a manager. Arteta knows what he's doing. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't understand the game. We have to wait to see what Arteta's cooking. These Arsenal fans just blindly follow Arteta, like a bunch of sheep. And has he really done much to warrant this kind of backing? You know what I mean, by the fans? I mean, he's not won trophy in 3 years. He took you to second place, but he hasn't won a trophy in 3 years. And all these guys
to be fair, where Arsenal were before Arteta, I mean, they do have that.
Yeah, I'm not saying Arteta's a bad manager.
I know, but not to get too off. But I just don't get there's players like a Caicedo out there, a guy that would fit this.
That actually fits. Yeah, he fits him a lot better. This move seemingly allows Chelsea to basically have a free run at him.
I don't get it, but we'll have to see what Arteta's cooking here. We just have to let him cook. But look. I'm glad I'm not an Arsenal fan. I like to watch that from afar.
And you made this point, and I wanted to speak on this because a lot of people are obviously going to make the comparison to Kai Havertz leaving Chelsea to Mohamed Salah or Kevin De Bruyne. But to me, the comparison of Kai Havertz to Mo Salah or Kevin De Bruyne leaving Chelsea and then thriving is just so stupid. Mo Salah made 19 appearances for Chelsea. Kevin De Bruyne made 9 appearances for Chelsea. You're comparing 2 players that were underutilized and not really given a proper chance to a player that has been given every chance to thrive. And the reason why he hasn't thrived is because he's not good. Kai Havertz has made 139 appearances for Chelsea and was a flop. Now he's going to Arsenal in the same league, and you're expecting him to all of a sudden turn into Robin van Persie, turn into Dennis Bergkamp as soon as he steps foot in the Emirates. It's not going to happen. You know exactly what you are getting in Kai Havertz. He's not going to magically become clinical in front of goal. He's not going to magically be able to play make like he's Mesut Ozil. Arsenal fans are the most delusional fans.
Attacker, it's Mesut Ozil.
Arsenal fans are the most delusional people in the history of football. They're clutching onto straws trying to convince themselves that this signing is good. I genuinely can't wait to watch his Arsenal debut. It's going to be hilarious. And that is, of course, if he even starts for Arsenal, because I'm not sure if he's going to be a starter. And which makes paying 65 million for him even funnier, because you're paying 65 million for a guy that might end up being a rotational guy at best. And everyone keeps saying, let's let Arteta cook. I'm glad I'm not an Arsenal fan. I'm going to watch it from afar. If it works, I'll eat my words. I'll come on here and publicly apologize. But I see 0% chance that this signing turns good. I think it's going to be worst signing of the season. No doubt about it. When you think of price tag and the fit in Arsenal, we're going to be sitting here saying, what was Arsenal cooking with this signing? That's genuinely my thoughts on it. I think this is going to go down as a terrible, terrible signing.
I mean, we'll just have to really see then.
But I'm good. But like I said, from a Chelsea perspective, this is an amazing deal. We didn't really touch on it too much, and we've talked about it before in our other video. But this is a fantastic move for Chelsea to recoup 65 million for Kai Havertz. Basically,
I think overall they've almost recuperated about 120, 150.
Today we made like 150 million plus today just on all of our sales combined. It's
It's
been a brilliant day to be a Chelsea fan.
And look, it's no 600 million, but at least it's something,
It's something. I mean, that basically allows us to recoup a lot of money. We've cleared off so much wages off of the books. It allows us to now have the opportunity to go get Caicedo. We basically have a free run at him because Arsenal are focused on Rice, and now obviously they just spent 65 million on Kai Havertz. You're not going to get Caicedo as well. It's just not going to happen. And obviously they're also trying to get Timber as well from Ajax, the center back, which I think would be a good signing. But for Chelsea perspective, now we have a free run at Caicedo. And now with all the money we've recouped, we can go make a push for a proper number 9, a starter. So, I mean, you have to be, if you're a Chelsea fan, you have to be excited about this. You have to be ecstatic. Look, if anyone is worried, like I said, about Kai Havertz going and thriving, you just don't have to worry, I don't think. It's just my opinion.
We'll just have to really see then.
But you're going to have to let us know in the comments down below what y'all thought of this move. Or am I wrong? Is Kai Havertz going to thrive at Arsenal? Am I just not seeing the light? Do I need to let Arteta cook? Let me know in the comments down below. Am I going crazy? Am I stupid? Let me know in the comments down below. Stupid. Maybe I am, and maybe I'll be eating my words come next summer, but I doubt it. So you're going to have to let us know in the comments down below your thoughts. Slap a like on the video, subscribe to the channel for more football content. But I think without further ado, we can get out of here.
Let's go.
So I'm Zach.
I'm G.
And we'll see you next time for another video on the channel. Peace.